A world-class sporting event takes place in Missouri every summer, as hundreds of paddlers follow the Missouri River across the state in what's billed as the world's longest non-stop river race, officially the Missouri American Water MR340. Being a spectator of this event is family-friendly, fun, and free. No ticket required, just the ability to get to the river somewhere in the 340 miles between Kansas City and St. Charles. It's inspiring to watch paddlers traversing this historic river corridor in the presence of cheering spectators. Can be a real emotional lift for competitors enduring long stretches of isolation and every challenge a Missouri summer might throw at them over the 2 to 4 days it takes for the race to unfold. And for the thousands of people who travel from all over the country and beyond to support family and friends in the race, the event can serve as an introduction to the lower Missouri River Valley, a fascinating region that's often overlooked and underappreciated. Following the race is easily compatible with appreciating wildlife along the river corridor, sampling local breweries, wineries, and distilleries, riding parts of Missouri's 240-mile cross-state rail trail, and exploring riverfront parks. But the best spectator experience isn't as simple as just showing up on the riverbank somewhere. So today on Ozark Outsider, we'll take you on a spectator's journey, from start to finish, along this fascinating endurance race, drawing on our own non-racing experience paddling this part of the Missouri River, and a week spent following and filming the 2024 race, while working among the many volunteers for the race's host, Missouri River Relief, who make this extraordinary event possible. The Missouri River is a formidable waterway to paddle. Even though it's been highly engineered for navigation, it remains a mighty, free-flowing river with a far larger basin than the upper Mississippi. Some have even argued that the Missouri should be considered the main stem river, with the upper Mississippi as its tributary. Either way, the Missouri is a river worthy of our attention, respect, appreciation, and wonder. Though any given moment in the race can look like a serene paddle, it's really a grueling test of endurance, with racers facing long days and little sleep. The clock doesn't stop ticking when paddlers are off the water, but the river keeps flowing, so paddlers are best off maximizing their on-river time. Racers must be prepared to contend with all manner of challenges, from extreme weather to fog to barge traffic. It's fascinating and fun to see all the different ways people tackle the river's challenge. Kayaks, canoes, rowers, pedal drives, and the massive dragon boat seen here in the foreground. And paddlers range from solos to teams of 10 or more people, with an impressive age range as well. The most unique boats are these designs, called Krakens. But we've been surprised by how few people actually come out to watch the race, even in populated areas. So we're encouraging folks to get out there, cheer on some racers.
Woo! Doing great!
And enjoy spending time along the river. Here's a quick summary of the race structure, so you'll better understand why it's important to plan ahead as a spectator. The race is scheduled within a 4-day block in July or August, typically Tuesday to Friday, timed to coincide with a full moon to aid nighttime paddling. Weather can force a change in schedule, so always check official race information before setting out. For example, here's a text exchange we had while serving as ground crew for a racer in 2023, when the race had to be canceled on the second day for severe weather. Racers depart Kansas City on Tuesday morning in 2 pulses, 7 a.m. for solo paddlers and 8 a.m. for multi-person boats. Elite racers leading the pack paddle through the night, pushing through 30-some hours of sleepless exertion to reach St. Charles by Wednesday evening, if not delayed by weather. As the race evolves, paddlers spread out along the course at their own pace. In this and following animations, green denotes solo boats, blue is tandem boats, and red is larger crews. A dedicated chaser vessel dubbed the Reaper follows the pack at the minimum speed required to meet each checkpoint, representing the ever-moving end of the race. The finish line stays open until Friday at 9 p.m., celebrating each racer who successfully completes this endurance challenge in the allotted time. With 340 miles of river, there's at least 680 miles of riverbank. Plenty of places to watch, right? Well, there are certainly many options, but there's also a lot of land that's private and or inaccessible, so easy to get to places are somewhat more limited. It's helpful to consider the location of the navigation channel within the river. The current is fastest here, and most paddlers try to follow it, as demonstrated here by cumulative GPS points marking boat locations during the 2024 race. If you end up across the river from the navigation channel, paddlers are far away and hard to see. Find a place where it comes close to a viewing point, like on an outer bend, so paddlers pass nearby. For example, here at Sibley, the main channel is across the river, so it's very hard to see racers clearly, and a pair of binoculars might be handy. Whereas here at New Haven, racers are passing nice and close to a prime viewing area. Another way to decide where to watch the race is to use the official race tracking system, RaceOwl, which uses an app and a website to provide real-time status and results for all racers. This can help you see where pulses of racers are passing through and plan accordingly. Note that, in RaceOwl and many other race resources, locations and distances are given in river miles, which count upward from the river's mouth just north of St. Louis. Also, racers rely on ground crews for resupply and support at boat ramps along the river. 2024's race featured over 400 boats and 600 paddlers, meaning well over 1,000 ground crew folks all trying to access the river at the most convenient places. Certain boat ramps get very busy with ground crews, especially on the first day, and spectators can show respect by avoiding these super congested locations and choosing other options instead. From a spectator's point of view, we're going to break down the race into 3 segments. In western Missouri on day 1, Tuesday, racers are tightly clustered together, and you'll need to time your viewing to catch the main pack. These animations show racer positions from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. during the 2024 race. In central Missouri on day 2, Wednesday, racers are present along the river throughout the day, though the leaders have already passed Jefferson City that morning. You can see a steady flow of paddlers on this day in this stretch. In eastern Missouri, racers become much more spread out. The leaders have already arrived at St. Charles by the end of day 2, but paddlers will be dispersed along the course throughout day 3, with many more reaching the finish. And on day 4, the last pulse of boats will be making its way into St. Charles. So now, we'll take you on an on-site trip along the course. All paddlers pass through western Missouri on day 1. This is the best setting for watching short but intense pulses of racers, as they push to beat the first cutoff that evening in Waverly. Even as late as 11 p.m. on day 1, the race is still grouped pretty tightly. All boats pass the Kansas City riverfront in 2 tight pulses just after 7 and 8 a.m. Our favorite spot is on the viewing deck accessed by a pedestrian bridge from the River Market District. From here, a stairway and elevator tower provides access to the Riverfront Heritage Trail that winds along the riverside to the extensive public spaces along the Berkeley riverfront. La Bonite Park, off Highway 291 about 13 miles downriver of Kansas City, has clear river views, shade, and lots of space. The only downside here is that the main channel is on the far side of the river. Most racers will pass by this location between about 8:30 and 10:30 that morning, as shown in this animation of racer data from the 2024 race. The river access at Cooley Lake Conservation Area is a pretty setting, and a rare option on the north side of the river in this stretch. Here, the main channel is on the viewer's side of the river, but there's little shade or infrastructure on site. Most racers will pass by this location between about 9:30 a.m. and 1 p.m., based again on 2024 race data. Those are our most recommended sites for viewing day 1. Downriver, there are relatively few public lands or parks between here and the late day check-in point at Waverly. The river access at Sibley is both primitive and far from the channel, while the primary boat ramps further downriver can be particularly busy with ground crews. We'd recommend avoiding sites like Napoleon, Lexington, and especially Waverly, the first checkpoint with a cutoff that evening. Probably more boats stop here in a shorter span of time than anywhere else along the race. An active rail line combined with hundreds of ground crews and limited parking make this site unsuitable for casual viewers. Personally, we think Central Missouri is the ideal setting for race watching, with a good balance of action and accessibility. All but the extreme hardcore racers may stop for a portion of the first night somewhere between Waverly and Glasgow. But by the morning of day 2, the flood of boats has resumed its flow, and the hardcore folks are already well downriver. Paddlers will be passing by many locations all day, and there are many good, publicly accessible places to watch from. The town of Glasgow features a wonderful race watching site at this elevated overlook with a panoramic view across the river. Many racers tend to be on the near side of the channel as they angle toward a pit stop at the Glasgow ramp just downstream of the bridge. This ramp also tends to be quite busy, but has a lot more space than the upstream ramps, given its setting within a large city park and campground. Boonville is another excellent race watching location, and marks the halfway point of the race's course. Here, an old railroad bridge has been partially restored with a pedestrian platform out over the river, providing a wonderful setting to watch pulses of racers go by. The 240-mile cross-state Katy Trail State Park rail trail crosses the river at Boonville, then follows the river corridor for the rest of the race's course, all the way to St. Charles. We have a whole series of videos on Katy Trail geology and nature, as well as the logistics of using Amtrak as a shuttle to ride trail segments, and we'll post a link to these collections below. Just downriver of the railroad bridge, the highway bridge has a separate pedestrian route used by the Katy Trail, and provides a good, if sometimes loud, view directly over the channel. Yet another ideal race-watching location lies along the Katy Trail southeast of Rocheport. The rail trail follows the river for miles here, beneath towering limestone bluffs, with many good places to stop and watch the race go by. Rocheport itself is a major stop along the Katy Trail, and a great place to bring bikes for a longer ride while seeking out riverside race watching spots. Be sure to check out the famous railroad tunnel just west along the trail. Eagle Bluffs Conservation Area has a riverfront parking area, but don't plan on this in 2025 as access is closed due to construction. Farther downriver is the bustling site of Cooper's Landing. This riverside bar, music venue, campground, and all-purpose hangout can be extremely busy during the race, but is also set up for visitors with cold drinks and food trucks. Parking here can be challenging during the race, making it a great site to cycle to instead from some other trailhead. South of Cooper's Landing, the trail parallels the river again for another long stretch, providing lovely settings to watch paddlers as the sun sets. We'll use the ramp at Jefferson City as our cutoff for Central Missouri on day 2, as all but the most extreme paddlers will be passing through and or resting overnight in this stretch. Eastern Missouri offers the chance to see racers over the race's final 3 days, though they'll be much more spread out than in Western or Central Missouri. Here on the afternoon of day 2, the hardcore racers are already past Herman, while the rest of the pack stretches all the way back toward Glasgow. The few boats shown even further back have dropped out but not turned off their GPS trackers yet. By the evening of day 3, most racers are distributed between Jefferson City and St. Charles. This is a great day to watch along this stretch. Many paddlers will overnight again somewhere along the way, finishing the race on day 4, which is an especially good day to cheer on these tired racers as they make a final push toward the finish.
Great job!
By the evening of day 4, the last few boats are making their way into St. Charles. Jefferson City's Deborah Cooper Park offers a pleasant riverside experience, though the navigation channel is on the far side of the river here. This park provides a particularly good opportunity to relax as you wait for paddlers to pass by. Try not to feel too guilty. This is the westernmost of 3 Amtrak stops along the river in eastern Missouri, making train travel another fun way to move along the racecourse. Jefferson City, Herman, and Washington all have depots within easy walking distance of riverfront parks, with twice daily service in both directions. Major ramps like Herman still experience a steady flux of paddlers, but at a more relaxed pace. Herman's riverfront park here has extensive river frontage and full amenities, making it a particularly attractive place to spend a day watching the river. If you need a break, the town is a regional tourist destination with wineries, breweries, and other attractions to explore in its historic downtown. The smaller town of New Haven offers yet another riverfront park, quieter than other larger sites along this stretch, and with the main channel on the near side of the river, great for race watching. New Haven also offers simple camping options. Consider checking out the excellent Paddle Stop Brewery, which sadly is set back out of sight of the river, but you can still monitor the progress of your favorite racer. Washington is much like Herman, with another extensive and often bustling riverfront park and various restaurants in the nearby historic district. Most of these recommended stops are along the south side of the river, though the Katy Trail remains a great option for following the race from the north side. One north side stop worth considering is the Klondike area, where paddlers are entering the last exhausting stretch. Nearby is the fantastic Klondike Park, an old sandstone quarry now laced with hiking trails that lead through shimmering white sand deposits to a dramatic bluff-top overlook of the river valley. The race's endpoint at St. Charles is a festival of exhausted celebration, as arriving boats are cheered on with gusto. Hundreds of boats pile up on the riverbank, providing a great opportunity to explore all the diverse approaches to tackling the river. There are so many great ways to experience this amazing river race as a spectator, from the mass pulse of racers leaving Kansas City, to the steady flow of paddlers through the especially scenic portions of central Missouri, to the isolation and dedication of tired finishers in the final stretch of eastern Missouri. 2025 marks the 20th anniversary of the Missouri River 340, presented by Missouri American Water, a testament to the vision, hard work, and determination of all the volunteers, participants, and sponsors involved in making this amazing experience happen. We hope you'll consider coming out to experience both the race and the river, this and future years. Our thanks go out to Missouri River Relief for all of the education, advocacy, cleanup, and other work they do along this special river. We hope you'll check them out online and through their various programs, and offer volunteer and/or financial support if you can. And if you enjoyed this video, check out our website for more information on viewing the MR340 and riding the Katy Trail, and explore our channel for more content on the geology, ecology, and human history of the Ozark region. We appreciate any support viewers can provide for our own work, from liking, sharing, and commenting on our videos, to financial support by leaving a tip via Ko-fi or the thanks button below the video.